Well, I got to to Kofa Wildlife Refuge yesterday, stayed overnight. This morning, got back in my van, headed down to Yuma, and they fixed my tire. But there was one more flat in the process. I don't really understand sorry about the movement, I'm trying to get comfortable. Anyways, they fixed my tire. I ordered 4 spares. I ordered 1 to fix it with, and then 4 spares. And I have 3 spares left because as I was driving away from the place, I'm parked at a light and I hear this psss, and my tire was flat again. So I called him, said I'm coming back. And so he came out and fixed it. And he looked deeper at stuff, could not find the reason why it's always popping, but he put some yellow, I don't know, Teflon or something, I don't know what it is, something around the inside of my rim so that anything that's poking out is not going to pop my tire again. And so far I've been to Walmart and I've got out to get gas, and I've driven to my camp spot for the night and got out, and everything seems good. So I'm hoping this is it for flat tires, because I've been in Arizona for 2 weeks now, I think, and I really haven't done a heck of a lot. Not that I ever do. I kind of enjoy just, enjoying where I am. But yeah, now I can actually do stuff if I want to do stuff, and I can get out of my van if I want to get out of my van. So I'm kind of excited. And then my friends are leaving Canada on Sunday and should be here by Wednesday, so I'll head up to Quartzsite in a couple of days, get us a spot, and then I'll have company. Anyways, the whole flat tire saga, I'm hoping, is over. Yay! Even when the sunsets at Kofa aren't spectacular, they're still pretty nice. Okay, the friends have arrived. And this is our camp at Skadden Wash. It's Maureen and Val. We're gonna play a game of cards or something. They're gonna teach me a new game. I'll still kick their butt. Sunsets at Skadden Wash aren't so bad either. Bike riding has become a favorite pastime while we're in Quartzsite as well. We're just a short distance from town and enjoy riding into town to do all our errands. This church was so pretty with the pink sky in the background. I don't know why they had to put those telephone wires in my way. Hi everybody. I was working on this week's video and I realized that that last week was part 1 of a story about all my flat tires on my wheelchairs. Actually, first I need to apologize for all the noise. We are parked very close to a highway. I don't know if you can see it in the background there. Very close to Highway 10, so it's noisy all the time. I've gotten so that I don't even notice it, but it's going to be hard for the sound. But it was getting too hot in my van to do this inside, so hopefully you can hear me. If not, I'm going to have to do some kind of voiceover or something. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I realized when I was putting this video together that I didn't actually complete the story. There's nothing in any of my videos about all the flat tires that I've had. So in the last video, I don't remember how many flat tires I'd had by then, but in total, I ended up having about 12 flat tires over a period of probably, I'm thinking about a month. Yeah, probably about a month. and sometimes they would go flat. Once it was a cactus thing. But for the most part, we couldn't figure out why my tire was going flat. One time I actually, the really nice thing about the spot that we're camped in right now is that we're really close to town. We're outside Quartzsite, Arizona, and we're close enough. That's why we chose this, so that we could bike to town rather than having to, take down my whole camping setup. I can just bike to town on my bike, and so long as I can keep it charged up. But I mean, the sun is shining. I should be able to keep it charged up now. Anyways, back to my story about the flat tires. Flat tire after flat tire. There was one time coming back from town where I got one flat before I crossed the highway to come to this side of the highway, and then that one was still flat, and I got another flat. So the last kilometer or two of my journey back to my van was on 2 flat tires, and it's expensive enough trying to fix the tubes on these tires. I didn't want to have to also replace the tires or the rims. The rims, I can imagine, would probably have been really expensive, and so it was upsetting, to say the least. But I had great campmates. Val was with us then, and Maureen, and both of them are really handy about things. Val just really loves digging her hands into getting into stuff, and I have to give her a lot of credit, because as much as she loves doing that, she has quite serious arthritis, and I know it hurt her a lot to be able to do that, and I'm just really grateful to her and to Maureen for putting up for pretty bad grumpiness on my part. So anyways, this is my public way of saying thank you to Val, and thank you to Maureen for putting up with me during that time when my tires were so bad. We actually found out by mistake what was wrong with the tires. When I came down here, before I came down to the States, I changed my tires to more of a mud tire rather than a street tire. And so there's quite a bit more space inside the tire, and the people that changed my tires back in Vernon, or changed the tubes, didn't put a bigger tube inside the tire. It's kind of annoying, because it actually ended up costing me, I would say, pretty close to $1,000 once all was said and done, with paying extra fees to have the wrong tube sent from across the States because they didn't have them here. Paying a tow truck driver to come out and help me because nobody else would help me when I was stuck at Salton Sea. Just a lot of things that were costing me money. Okay, probably $1,000. I'm talking Canadian dollars. So might have been somewhere between 600 and 1,000. I should actually go total that up and see, but I cut, because I know it was a lot. When I actually went to pay my visa bill that month, it was high, really high. So anyways, enough of my whining about that. We found out by mistake why the tire was going flat, and that was that, Val went to a hardware store in Quartzsite here because we couldn't get any more tires, and we were our rims, tubes, because we were right out, and we needed to do something. So she went in and bought the only ones she could get, and I had been getting 25 by 1 inch tires. She bought 26 by 1 3/8, I think it was, something like that. So they were a fatter tire and a little bit bigger, because the ones that they were putting in, the 25 inch, I don't know. I'm kind of confused about all this because I don't really understand it. I don't want to understand it. I just want somebody to fix it for me and make it better. I am not the right one to be working on these tires, because I just get frustrated and mad, and I'm not very productive. And so anyways, the problem is fixed. Those fat tires that we got, because they were the only ones that were available, have not gone flat since. We put one in on one side, and the other side, actually had a Teflon strip in it, which filled up some of the space. So I haven't had a flat on that side. I'm sort of anticipating that I may get one at some point, but I have a spare in the correct size now. And so I'm actually super happy about that. So anyways, that's the conclusion to part 2 of this flat tire saga. Happily, it has not gone flat since, I think it was right around my birthday, which was on December 22nd. So it hasn't been flat since then. I had a nice Christmas without flats, and I've been able to wheel back and forth to town as much as I want. And that's it. So enjoy the rest of the video. A couple days before Christmas, it rained and we got this. It was so amazingly beautiful. We just kept taking more and more pictures of it. And that night we got another beautiful sunset. Sorry, I'm just obsessed with desert sunsets. Well, it's Christmas 2025. First time I've ever spent it in the desert. There's our tree with all our presents.
Now Mary arose in those days and went into the hill country with haste.
All right, the champagne's overflowed.
Okay.
Here's our Christmas dinner 2025 at Quartzsite, Arizona. I don't know what is under all the lids.
Well, let me see. I think there's cauliflower under this one. Yeah. I don't know how to get that off. And there's some yams, squash jams, potatoes, small turkey.
Yes, our bird. Of course, I had to have my own tree inside the van.
My God.
Okay, this is.
I'm going to be able to get out.
This is Val showing off her new bathtub. You're supposed to figure that out before you get in there.
It's cold. It's so cold. Oh my God. Stop. Ugh.
Val after her cold shower. And just another day around camp. Maureen doing her haver-pull, paver-have. What is it?
Haverpole sculpting.
Paver-pull sculpting.
Fabric sculpting.
It's with fabric and tinfoil and stuff. And some interesting things to see around Quartzsite. And of course I couldn't end off this video without a few more beautiful sunsets.